whether it is fornication, it's adultery, it's lying, it's stealing, it's murder, whatever the nature of sin. In love, we should correct people and continuously admonish them.
And even talking about abuse, even some pastors abuse their wives.
I think it is high time we begin to teach them that it isn't just about this woman is beautiful, this man is fine, so that you can point to people, this is my husband.
Exactly.
It takes a lot to be in marriage.
Oral sex has a lot of implications, and one of it is the fact that it is one of the easiest way for the transmission of sexually transmitted diseases.
Trying to get something from somewhere you don't like, you will chop their money, and that money you eat fufu with it can block your womb. There is a woman who is praying, but most of these young girls don't know that they are lying.
You see, so most married men go out there and lie to innocent girls.
That who told you are innocent? These hypocritic girls.
Some of the girls are innocent. Because I know some girls who will tell you that if you are married, forget.
Hello precious viewers, wow, it is yet another beautiful day with us here on GTV Live, and you know the program is Weekend Review with me, Johnny Cole, Dollarich. Weekend Review, we say we are bringing the families together, reshaping society for tomorrow's generations. We do believe in the next generations. Last weekend, on Sunday was awesome, redeeming the family glory. It was such a beautiful moment. You know what? Put it down somewhere. Watch it tomorrow, Sunday at 10 p.m. Don't miss it. Gather the family together even as we pray to redeem the beauty of the family. 10 p.m. on GTV Live. Don't miss it. Call somebody also to call somebody to watch. But here we are about to discuss our topic of the week. But before that, we'll go for this quick break. When we come back, I have my guest on set with me. Don't move.
There is power in the name of Jesus.
This is a moment to join hundreds of families praying to make their relationships, marriages, and homes better through divine grace. Join Weekend Review with Dollarich on GTV Live in redeeming the family glory under an atmosphere of worship and prayer. GTV Live, your religion and culture channel, invites you to come intercede, rebuild, and to restore the family glory. The venue is Empowerment Center, Assemblies of God, Taifa, Burkina, with Reverend Stephen Doku. Date, Sunday, 2nd October 2016. Time, 8:30 a.m. sharp. Theme, Total Trust in God. Precious one, Evangelist Johnny called Dollarich of Weekend Review Show on GTV Live believes you can redeem the family glory through prayer.
You are welcome back, and the program still continues, and it is the Weekend Review Show with me, Johnny called Dollarich. Now, earlier I said you should not miss redeeming the family glory at 10 p.m. on Sunday. Please don't miss it. Call the family together. But here we have our WhatsApp line up screen and our Facebook page, Weekend Review with Dollarich. Just get connected to us, and let's do this show together. And somebody says, I had a viewer who met me in town. It's like, but you are not in shades. I said, yes, sometimes I'm in shades, sometimes I'm not in shades. Sometimes people get confused whether it is me. Yes, this is Weekend Review with Dollarich. This is Dollarich. Today I'm not in shades. Let's do the show together. And let me quickly go to my guests who are on set with me, and I'll go to my far left. I have this wonderful man of God with me, and he is in person of Reverend Samuel Aqua. He's the man in charge of Gloryland Charismatic Chapel, Santa Maria. Also, for you're welcome.
Thank you, Reverend.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing well.
And the family?
We all doing
wow,
well.
you're looking good.
Thank you.
Wow, welcome once again.
Thank you.
And on my immediate left is this beautiful woman, a woman I appreciate and adore, and she's been so supportive. I mean, sometimes she always saves us by the bell, like they say. And I want to welcome her on set. And she is in the person of Mrs. Faith Iwa, Human Resource Department, GBC. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
How are you?
Doing great.
You're looking sharp.
Thank you.
Wow.
Grace abounds.
I can see, I can see. And viewers, we want to treat our topic of the week. And we are discussing, this is a big one, if you ask me, and it is surviving as a young lady. Take it easy. I mean, with this program and with this show, I mean, we are hearing so many things. I've seen so much. I mean, sometimes it's so overwhelming. And the things that we are facing out there. But we want to pick this particular topic, surviving as a young lady. I mean, we want to see how best we can help some families out there. And for those parents who are out there who are being irresponsible, and I'm choosing my words carefully, irresponsible towards their children, please, let's get our acts together, because it will amaze you to know the kind of things that your young ladies are doing out there. But after today, please, get your family together. If there's a word of advice you can give, you better start it now. Otherwise, well, I leave it to you. Also, you are welcome once again.
Thank you.
And let's look at this topic. Surviving as a young lady. I mean, we are hearing so many things out there, seeing so many things, and being a pastor of a church, I know there are some issues that come on your table. But let's look at it. Your young lady who is surviving out there. Let me use the word without parental guidance. How do you handle such people? First of all?
Yeah, well, greetings to your
viewers.
And then to everybody watching, as I said. It's a big issue dealing with young ladies, because unlike the days of old, people have been raised in a manner that they know whatever it is that you have to do out there. Parents have taken their time teaching them the best way you have to behave outside home. But we have come to a point where girls of today, instead of listening to parents' parental advices, they look at what others are doing
colleagues
out there.
And friends.
And as they watch TVs and things on the internet and stuff like that, they tend to lead their life based on those things they see outside, rather than listening to parental advices and living their life on what their parents have told them. So when they come your way, you have a new thing to do. Most of them don't know their left from their right. You are now going to start from the scratch. A Bible tells us of something in the book of Proverbs 22, I think the verse says, train up the child the way he should go, that when he grows, he will not depart from it. And you look at that and you realize that many parents have also failed in that manner. Because to train a child will mean to bring about instructions.
That's right.
And in many homes today, there are no instructions. People are just living, children are just living their life as they want. Because until you are able to set boundaries within the home, and the child is raised based on that, he's able to emulate that even outside home. And so wherever he or she goes, she's able to, portray a very good character, lifestyle out there. And it becomes a good place also to continue as a pastor, even as a teacher in a classroom and stuff like that. So most of the work has been failed based on the beginning stages when parents have failed to do their part. But I think that as they come our way, we must also do the best we can to help them. And that's what we've been doing so far.
I see. The program still continues, and it is the Weekend Review Show. We have our WhatsApp line up screen and our Facebook page, Weekend Review with Dollarich. Just get connected with us. Let's do the show together. But please call somebody also to call somebody to tune in, because we are discussing surviving as a young lady out there. It will amaze you the things that are going on. Just call somebody to watch the program. Let me go to Mama Faith. Mama Faith, for a start, give us your thoughts.
Well, I want to say hello to everybody and the members of Royal House Chapel, where I serve as a deacon.
That's right.
And everybody who meets me on the road and say, oh, you blessed me the last time and I have this issue. God bless you. We are making impact. Like Pastor said, we are supposed to train our young ones so that when they grow, they will abide by it. But now they have a lot of challenge. The world is posing challenges towards them. Why do I say so? There's modernity. We have internet and everything. So there's competition, there's television, the Western culture comes here, people travel there. So we see a lot of things. So there's challenge. The challenge is, should I go with what my mother said? Or should I go with what my friends say? Or should I go with what I read on the internet? Or should I go with what society seem to say as the way forward? So they are torn in a dilemma. Because if they want to go this way, it's like you are not sharp. You don't know anything. You are not current. So they want to be like their friends. So they forget about everything that parents taught them. The challenge is you want to be on top. You want to put on the best of everything. So how do you get those things? So you must use every means, like you are saying, to survive. Some of them, because of school, their parents are far away. So they come and settle in the cities and they are taking care of themselves. So there's nobody there to monitor you. Because as parents, no matter how old you are, you have a parent who is parenting you. I have a parent who is parenting me, even though I'm old. So there's nobody close to them monitoring their life. So she has rented her own room, buys her own food, takes care of everything. So who are you to tell her, do this or don't do that? So she feels she's responsible to herself. But we should know that we are responsible to God, who will ask us about our actions. The question you should ask yourself each day, what I am doing, is it what God wants me to do or not to do? Your parents have taught you, the churches have taught you. But you have a responsibility as a young lady or as a young man to take good care of yourself because you are accountable to God. Your parents will account for you, but as you are an adult, now you have your will and you're also responsible. So you are responsible for your actions and you cannot blame anybody for what you do.
I'll come back to you. But also, let's look at this. You know, like you rightly said, train up a child the way he should go. And when he grows up, he will not depart from it. Now, let's look at it. The training aspect of it. Now, the departure aspect of this scripture. There are some children, you give them the training, but when you are not with them, then they don't want to follow instruction. But there are some too, if you don't even train them or you train them, they will still be who they want to be. Let's look at the general conception of this whole thing. If a child is out there trying to, survive on her own, what could be some of the things that, okay, he or she, she should look out for? Because mother is not there, father is not there, you and the world. But so how do you survive?
Yes, I think that for one to be able to make it in life successfully, the first thing you want to consider is, what are your dreams? What is it that you want to achieve in life? And that will serve as your drive into the things you do. It will define your relationships, your associations. It will define your places where you go through. And everything you want to do.
That's right.
They are all based on, what is it I want to do? Where do I want to find myself in the next 10 years? The next 20 years, what is it I want to have? Now, if you have such focus, every step that you take will be very, very, very meaningful. In many situations, there are people today that they just follow. They see friends doing some stuff and they also want to do same. Rather than considering what they really want to do in life. But I think if the youth of today and the girl child of today who want to make it, it's not about what the friend is doing.
That's right.
It's about what God wants you to become. The extent at which your life must be. And by looking to that, you can become. It will help you to stay focused. It will help you to know which ones to get yourself associated with. You don't go to a school and everybody you meet in school becomes your friend. Even in the church, that everybody in church becomes your friend. you move with everybody as you want to. It is only when you know your purpose in life.
That's right.
Everybody must know his or her purpose. And your purpose will drive you.
That's right.
It will make you the things you want to do in life. And then it will push you out there so that you know which way to go, where to put your feet here and there. And you are helped. Rather than just following friends, watching TV and following what you see on TV sets, going to the internet, and then you are following the things you are reading and you are watching out there. It does not help most of the time. And I think that many of the young girls out there, what has helped them and what has not helped them has been the problem that they have encountered from the home. Because we need to be able to set parental models. You know, there are things that, whether you like it or not, without teaching it, without saying it,
they are saying
they pick it up from you
the homes. That's
as
right.
a father. They pick it up from you as a mother, and it becomes part of them.
That's right.
Unknowing for them, they'll start behaving just as daddy behaves in the house. They'll start behaving just as mommy behaves. And you see them doing it. You'll be shocked. There are times you hear your child doing some things, and you know that he used to do same. And you wonder how that thing got to him or her. It's because he's kept seeing it over and over and over again. So for we parents, we have a lot to do. Apart from going to the scriptures and using whatever stuff to teach them, our examples in the house is very important because they are picking. And out there, they will show the things they pick from the house. And sometimes it will be very, 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 very disgraceful. So we need to work on ourselves as we raise children because they are going to become more or less our mirrors out there. They'll look at them and they say, this is how your parents are. And whether you like it or not, that is how it's going to be. So the girl child out there must do everything possible. Stay focused. Know what you are born for. Your purpose in life. What is it that you want to do? Where do you want to find yourself in 30 years to come? When you are old, do you want to just be roaming about without anything to hold on to? No. And for that matter, keep on to your task. And I think that the skies will not even be your limit.
And once again, I say we have our WhatsApp line up screen and our Facebook page, Weekend Review with Dollarich. Just get connected with us. Let's do this show together. It's getting quite interesting here. We are discussing surviving as a young lady out there. I mean, it's so amazing, it's so overwhelming, the kind of things that I hear and the issues that are on my table concerning some young ladies out there. You know, let me say this, that if you're a young lady out there and you are within the ages of 22, 23, 24, and you are unstable, and every man is passing through your gate, please, you have a long way to go. You have a long way to go. At that age, 25, 26, that is not the time to open your gates for every Tom, Dick, and Harry to come and pass through. Please. Let's keep ourselves because God has a better destiny for us. And let me go to Mama Faith. Mama Faith, just as I said, I mean, some young ladies are out there. They want to survive by all means. I mean, like Osofo said, because you are seeing this person doing it, you are seeing this person, I mean, you are in school. I mean, your friends are wearing this best clothes. I mean, they come with, I mean, too much. They normally call it the shoe and the dress and the bag, ladies' bag, everything have to correspond. And probably you're coming from like my village or Tribon where we want to do things in moderation. But because influence has overtaken your life, you also want to live, and sometimes you get yourself involved with all this attitude. Mama Faith.
I wouldn't even say that resource is the challenge that is pushing some of the young girls even to men. No. The stories we hear, sometimes they are from very good home. They have everything, and they have picked bad character. It isn't that their parents are not training them well. It isn't that they are hungry, that they need food. Whether from the TV, whether from whatever, They pick those bad character. Growing up, you'll be told that sex is sacred. You don't do it. But this time, sex is like
a fashion. It becomes.
Do I say? It's just like you are chewing gum. You chew and just throw it there. They just don't value their bodies.
And
it is no more sacred to them. And you will shudder. You are scared. Why? You want to give your body to everybody, like you are saying. They just don't care. It's like
it's become normal.
Normal. Why should it be normal? From school, from home, from church, you are taught that sex is sacred. You do that when you are married. So there's nobody who will say, I didn't hear, I don't know. Why would you live your life like that? They are just throwing everything to the dogs. And I say, I don't know. It's just terrible. If you don't hear it and somebody is saying it, you are just scared and you are saying that what is happening. But it is that people are just not listening to counsel. They are just not listening to counsel. My friend is doing it, so I'm doing it. So they go to the extent of doing a lot of things, lesbianism and all that, and you say, what is happening? Where is our society heading? The future of Ghana, they are just living anyhow. Morals have been thrown to the dogs, which is very bad. So yes, as parents, we are supposed to train them. Churches, we are supposed to train them. On Sunday, get up and go to the road and you see. Everybody dresses up and goes to church. So it means that the message is being preached. Everybody knows the right thing. So why? And myself, nobody should worry me. And some of them will even sneak under parental control. They will even go and do that. So those who are even living on them by themselves, then that one, it is a free flow. But in life, we should have mentors. We should have people who will lead us. So that if you have a challenge, you should be able to go.
Let's look at it. If you have this attitude and you want to, forgo parental advice and you want to be yourself, are you not heading towards danger?
Everybody knows it. And the person knows it. But I want to enjoy life. Allow me, this is my time. You have spent your time, so why are you restricting me? Why are you worrying me? Let me enjoy. So that is the perception. I'm having fun. That's the word they use. This is fun.
It is our time.
It is our time. So that is the thing. So we have a duty to perform everywhere we are. What can we do? The person is grown, so you can't go whipping the person. Even children, you can't whip. So we keep advising. At workplace, in your office, if they are young ladies, you should make time for them. Let us mother them. Let us father them. We should have time for them. Coach them in whichever way and put them on the right track. Maybe the mother has said it and she's not listening. But you at church, you take interest in that person. Oh, how are you? What's your life? What are you doing? That can also put the person on track. So the whole society, we have work to do.
I'll come back to that fact about mothering and fathering some of these young ones, because I know there's some men out there, instead of fathering, they are rather eating the eggs. I'll come back to you on that score, but the program still continues, and it is the Weekend Review Show with me, Johnny called Dollarich. We have our WhatsApp line up screen in our Facebook page, Weekend Review with Dollarich. Just get connected with us. Let's do this show together. You know what? I love you so much, because you are our #1 viewer, and your contributions and your comments really matter to us. Here we say we believe in the next generations because we want to bring the families together. Now, let me go to Osofo. Osofo, is it parental, guidance is very important, in this issue. You know, I'm not talking about just mother or father, because those days when we were growing up, we had our uncles, even our neighbors, the older ones there, they could whip us. You have no say. They will beat you, and then they will take you to the house. On top of it, your parents will also lash you on the. They will not even say, what did you do? Or they will beat you on top, because for an older person to check you, it means that you've done something wrong. And you obey before you you complain. When you take life into your own hands without any driving kind of coaching, are you not heading towards dangers?
Yes, you are. You are, because a life without direction has no future. And until you allow yourself to be directed by your parents or whoever that God brings on your path to guide you, you destroy yourself. Anytime you have the opportunity to receive instructions from parents, follow it.
That's right.
Because that is the only way to go. Parents must also learn to always be there for their children. We have to learn to encourage them. The girl child must know that she is valuable, even in the absence of whatever lifestyle she sees out there. Because your beauty is not based on the things you wear outside.
Wow.
Your beauty is within. And sometimes they don't know, so we have to tell them.
That's right.
You are valuable, very important. Your value is not based on your appearance.
That's right.
It's based on what is within you. The characters that you portray out there, the way you speak, the way you walk, the way you dress, that is what makes you that strong person. Unfortunately for us in our days, most of these young ones believe that if you have to dress this way, then you are respected. Sometimes you won't blame them because the world today seems to applaud and appreciate indecent dressing. They go for a program and the one that is showing the breast is rather being applauded and being hailed all over the place. And the one that is decently dressed, nobody seems to go closer to.
Colloquial.
You see. So we all of us together as a society, I think that we should be able to change the way and manner we have handled some of these things to be able to help the girls and the young ones we have in this generation. Other than that, I'm afraid the next generation, how this world is going to be like. Our young children, the small ones that are coming up, because the things they are going to see, I don't know how they can really inform their lives and the way they will go about things. So we all have so much work to do to help them. If you are out there and you are without parents, does not mean that you should just live anyway, anyhow. You do whatever it is that you want to do. It's about trying to emulate the characters even that are enshrined in the scriptures. It will help. Making sure that you are who you are, not based on how far you are showing your panties out there. You are who you are, not based on how far you are so, some of them, they talk as if that they have the whole world in their hands. I've seen that in our days today, there's so much hastiness in making rich. They just want to have a car.
That's right. Get rich quick.
Quick. And for that matter, they don't care what they will do.
That's right.
They respond to any type of calls. And because they wish, well, so long as I'm there, I may get this, I may get that. And so the priorities that are set for them, even from the home, they push it aside.
That's right.
Because they see their colleagues driving to school. They also want to drive to school. And they don't care what that colleague did to have that.
Exactly.
And sometimes when they are told, they even don't care. They want to go in for it. Because they see that as prestige. But meanwhile, your greatness, your value, your importance, it's not about what kind of car you are driving. And sometimes not how best you have even dressed. The qualities are in you.
That's right.
When we learn to portray them, it is just for a while. Those that have refused and they have rejected us, they refused and rejected you today. The day will come, they will come for you.
That's right.
Because good character speaks. They have a voice. It's just a matter of time. The ladies today must come to think that, see, you should know that you are who you are based on what God has made of you.
That's right.
He said you were fearfully and wonderfully made. Sometimes today they are changing even their form. Some of them are doing all sorts of, strange things. their shapes are being changed. You can do it anywhere today. And they say that is beauty.
I wonder.
That is not beauty. Your beauty is inside of you. And let us learn to go for it. Let's walk with that. And the word will run to you. One day you'll be applauded. And whatever it is that you have lived for will begin to talk. And when they are talking, you know that you are really making it big.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Mama Faith, you raised a point that we are supposed to father and mother our sisters and daughters out there. But unfortunately, a young lady is from Kumasi, Sunyani, some of these areas, they come to Accra and other places. They want either to go to school or want to work, and they're on their own. The parents are all not around this place. And some of our fathers and our brothers who are in the system, just by a hand of help, and they are chewing all the meat and the bones, and it's quite unfortunate. But the young lady out there who is watching the program, how can she survive when she's supposed to survive? And this man is offering the help, or this woman is offering the help, but yet the person wants to take advantage of her. Your word.
Yeah. And what I want to say is that these days we have a lot of things that are deceiving them. Like Pastor said, we want a car, what good things. All friends are using the latest kind of phone and the tablets. Those are the things they even use to deceive them. Right. And the tablets, so you also want it. There's time for everything, I always tell people. The phone you are getting, it can't last for 5 years. No.
Or even a year.
It won't. So why worry yourself? Why sell yourself for that which is not everlasting? Because in 5 years, will you look back and be proud of yourself? Whatever you are doing, you have to be proud of yourself. So tell yourself, yes, I may not have the latest kind, but I want to live right. That's right. So that when I marry, my future will be bright. That's right. I wouldn't go to a society when I see somebody, then I'll be dodging. Because you know the person knows you and has slept with you. So your husband will get to know, so you are dodging, you are dodging, you are dodging. That is the thing. Let's go to a party, you get there, then you are hiding. It's because you know your past is haunting you.
Almost about 5 people there.
They have cleared. That's what the men will say, have cleared. They have cleared. So you have been cleared by all the people when you go to the party. You can't even lift your head. So you are balancing. So we should know that we are accountable. What is it that you want? Just take time. And these days, thank God that there are good things there. Concentrate on your schooling. Get a good job. And all those things will come easily without you struggling for it. So why waste your time? Why waste your life now? When you can get it in future. We are trading our future for cheap things which are not good. So my advice to the young ladies, it is very difficult. Those days when you don't have money, you can go to Cantamanto, get 1 or 2 things, wash it nicely and wear. And you are there, you are cool. But now everybody wants to make a class. So I want to go to the high boutique and you want to get things that your hand cannot reach. That is why we are worrying yourself. Because you can dress well by being modest. You don't need so much money to really dress well. You can get nice shoes and you'll be there. So let's live within our means. The Bible says our bodies are the living temple. That the Spirit of God lives in us. That we are accountable. The Bible says if you destroy this temple, God will destroy you. Always teach people. The Bible says anybody who sleeps with somebody, you are like the harlot at circle. So are you a harlot? God will forgive you. Sometimes people say, I will ask God, he will forgive you. But the marks will be there. That's right. If you attract HIV, it is there. If you get the other diseases, it's there. If you have a child out of wedlock, it is there. It will haunt you. What future do you want? If a builder is going to build, the person takes stock. So also your life. You are building your life. How are you building it? Are you building it on a shallow ground so that I can fall when the storms come? No, build a better life. Because the years you have ahead of you is longer than the one you have enjoyed.
The program is Weekend Review, and here we say we are bringing the families together, reshaping society for tomorrow's generations. We do believe in the next generations. Here I've been saying over and over again, we are trusting God that the children we have now and their children and children's children will not go through the same, mistakes, hardship, trouble that some of us have ever faced in the past. We are going to ensure that we'll do our best and ask God's grace that our future generations will be able to have better days than what we are going through. Please, we have our WhatsApp line up screen and our Facebook page, Weekend Review with Dollarich. Just get us connected and let your messages come, let your questions come. Just get connected. We are doing the show with you, and we do believe in you as well. Also, let's look at this. We have come far if we have to handle the issue of families. Critically, because a whole lot is going on out there. I had one young lady who watched our prayer program on Sundays, and she called me. Apparently, she really wants to leave some things, she's doing here and there. She's surviving. And this man today wants to, so now it has become a problem for her. Everywhere she goes, everybody wants to have her because she will get what she wants. Whether it is job, whatever, it's like immediately anybody sees her, they want to have their way with her. And it's become a problem. And she called me, so I have to pray with her. And I've been praying with her for some time now, showing her one or two things to do. But let's look at this. If you allow yourself, and I'm saying you allow yourself because I believe if you don't allow yourself, it will not happen. That is one thing I believe in. If you allow yourself and you are, taking, so to say, cheaply or something of that sort, and it becomes a problem for you, what should be the way out? Or if, let's say, you want to get something and the person or nobody is ready to help you with it, do you kill yourself? What should you do? You want to survive.
Yes. Surviving in this life is one of the things that almost everybody goes through it. And if you are looking forward for a man to help you, that is where men will drive you into things you are not supposed to. The young lady out there must know that if she learns to depend on God, then God will become her supplier. Whatever it is that a man will do for you, until God comes into it, until God tells the person, do this for this person, that person is not going to do that. And that is why most of the time, those that force themselves and their way into other people's life, then as they give you, they will take.
It's give and take affair.
But when your dependency is on God, He provides.
That's right.
He provides. And it's a matter of time.
That's right.
What you don't have today does not mean that you won't have it tomorrow. Like I said earlier on, it is our hastiness today to make rich within the shortest possible time. They just want to have time. They want to have whatever it is that they need within the shortest time. And they don't care. And some of them, they know very well that so long as Brother Kwesi say I should come, Kwesi is not going to give me the money for free.
That's right. So she'll go prepared.
She'll go prepared to take the money and to give out. But it destroys us. It destroys them than any other. Like Mommy just said, at the end of the day, you do that, and the consequences will come after. You have to deal with it. It is going to haunt you today and haunt you even forever. So you must know that it's God that gives. It's God that provides. You just need to have time. Allow God. Keep on trusting in Him. What is it that you need? Pray. Trust in Him. He will at all costs bring somebody who will bless you without any strings attached. Somebody will meet your needs. The person will pay your fees. And within after paying fees, come to my house in the night. And if you're a lady that you know your value, you will not just give yourself out just like that. Because you value yourself, you value your body, you are careful of who touches you. You are careful what the person you are dealing with. The only way you do that is because you don't value yourself.
That's right.
Because you don't appreciate the life God has made, given to you. But if you really do, you won't allow anybody just like that touching because you need a mobile phone, you need a Samsung S6 or something, so he must sleep with you. And so long as you start today, you are not going to earn it. It's going to continue. And that's how your life is going to be like. You always will come to think that if you need something, then you have to give your body for it. Because now you've drifted from depending on God
And depend on man.
on man. And man will, by all means, come and because they know you need it, they'll tell you, I have this. But it's not for free. They say there is no free lunch anywhere.
You pay a price.
You pay a price for it. And for that matter, you must know yourself. Who am I? Who am I? Who is it that is coming into my life? Do I sleep with anybody? Anything? I sleep at the street? You must have some strength, of resistance. The girls of today, most of them have no resistance at all. The Bible says that resist the devil and he will flee.
That's right.
But today, as you call them, they look at what you have. Oh, this man is in V8. They will jump in first. Sometimes without even saying come, they will ask you, am I the one you are calling? Are you calling me?
So that's a big one.
Because they've seen a car. And you don't know what is wrong. Because they see their colleagues with some strange mobile phones, like mommy said, tablets and stuff. They also want to have it. And the man will say, okay, if you give it to me, I'll buy it for you. But you see, consider your worth to that of mobile phone and the consequences that will come after it. If at the end of the day you are pregnant, can you compare that to that tablet? Are you ready for that pregnancy? If you deliver today, can you take off the child? Is the man going to be there for you? And most of these men, they won't tell you that they already have wives. Just as they met you, they've met several ladies like that also by the streets. And they just as they told you, they've said the same thing to other ladies out there. So the young girl must not. You see, you don't have to believe in whatever you hear, except God's word. Don't believe it. In many situations, they are not the truth. Lies. They don't build life. They don't help. Stand on God's word. Anything that goes contrary to the word of God, push it aside and be focused. Don't listen to that. You see, if you're in school, make sure you finish your school. Some of them sometimes have felt that if I don't allow him, I'm not going to get anybody like him. I've told people, if you have to get a girl when you are in GSS, and you think that she's the most beautiful and the most wisest or whatever in the class, wait until you go to university. And that is where, in many situations, there are these disappointments and all that, because by the time you have moved up and the person have not moved up, your taste changes.
That's right.
And the moment your taste changes, it changes your choices.
That's right.
You understand? Now, you are no more looking at that same lady who will come to school with some powdered face and stuff like that. You are looking at this young girl in the class somewhere, university, and she has this swag on and all that. She now knows how to pose. She's coming and her way of talking and stuff is so good, and you love that. You will disappoint the other one.
That's right.
But if you have waited till you were there, those issues wouldn't come in. And by the time you get to that point, you have messed up. You've destroyed a lot of things that will come to worry you, that will fight your tomorrow. So we should not rush. The younger, you see, don't rush. It's just a matter of time. Finish your school. Do whatever it is that you want to do. Consider where you want to be. The areas you want to find yourself.
That's right.
And then, like I said earlier on, it will help you to know which types of friends I must go for.
That's right.
Even in a classroom, it will be so surprising if everybody in the class is your friend. Because in the class you have so many characters, but you must be able to choose based on who you are and the very things you want to do in life. And when you have done this, you are helped.
You are helped.
Yes.
The program still continues when we are discussing surviving as a young lady out there, and I'm coming to that bit of parenting, and Mama Faith, you are going to handle this for me. Now, you see, parents, sometimes we feel all is well with our children when they are out there, especially the girls, and we hardly scrutinize, investigate some of the things they do. With parenting, if your girl, or let's say you are shedding your responsibilities, you see her go out, come in, and she's cool, and she's bringing this, you see her using this phone, tablet, ladies' bag, and well, as to where she's getting it from, you hardly care, you don't mind, and she's surviving. You can see sometimes some of these girls, they are right under their parents' roof and all that, but the things they are doing, it's amazing. If you're a parent and you are, so to say, indifferent about your child, Mafit,
it's a big challenge. These days we are all busy. You get up in the morning, you are rushing to work, you come back in the evening. So even those things you are talking about, some of the parents you will not even see. She has a phone, she's hiding it. She's put it on silence. You will hear. These days they could be chatting by you and you can't even hear a word. You will not even know. They are so smart that they will outsmart you if you don't take time. So smart. They have their dresses. Mommy will see. So you are not in the house. You are rushing to work. So she even wears those things without you even noticing it. I'm not saying that parents should shirk their responsibility, but I'm trying to say that the young ladies also have their responsibility to take good care of themselves. Where do you go when your mommy is not there? You send her to school. From school, she follows her friends to go and do whatever she's doing. And at home, she's the best of girls. So even somebody tells you, I saw your girl somewhere, you won't believe it.
That's right.
Because to you, you've been observing her, you've been talking to her, and you've been doing the right thing. So you don't believe. So some of them they have two faces. In the house, she's a different person.
When she's out there.
A different person. So those are the challenges. But we have to continue praying. We have to continue doing what we have to do as parents.
As parents. Let's look at this. There are some parents, you really, I've seen a couple of times, some parents who really want to do their best for the family, but due to one or two challenges, it becomes quite impossible. And when you get to that state, there's nothing you can do. But here are your children or your daughters who really want also to feel good. They want to survive. They want to make life more meaningful for themselves. And there's this young man in the neighborhood, who want to help. There's this man who want to offer you a job, or I'll help you through school. But I've seen a couple of them, oh, don't worry, I'll pay your school fees. And in the quest of paying school fees, your daughter become a meat for such man. What can we do?
Yes, I think that it first begins with you, the parent. Let your children know that you are there for them. Tell them, I'm there for you. In bad times and good times.
Wow.
When the resources are not there, let them know. And make sure you inspire them to know that it is today that we don't have. Tomorrow, God is going to make a way. I will not take it if my daughter comes to tell me that, Daddy, my school fees has been paid by a friend. Then you go to that school again. Because I want to be responsible.
That's right.
It is today that I don't have. That is not available. But I've not said I'm not going to help you finish your education. Whoever that wants to help you must come through me.
That's right.
Talk to me also, Daddy, I think that I want to help your your daughter. Then we'll find a very good way of going about it. And so parents must watch some of these things. Look, once in a while, so long as that child is with you, go into her things. I'll find out. Dress that I didn't bought for you. I never bought that dress for you. Where did you get it from? You mentioned the person's name, I want to find out. Is it true? And if it's from a very bad place, I'll make sure that thing is rejected. See, when we are able to let our children know that the discipline we have instilled in a house is for their good, they will stay with it. But sometimes they come to think that when you are disciplining them, it means you hate them. You see, but we must do the best we can, no matter what resistance that they try to put across. The disciplines are very, very important. Every house without lay down rules and disciplinary measures and stuff like that, you are bound to have a very bad family coming out. They must know daddy is there for them. Mommy is there for them. Yes, if mommy have it, he will do everything for us. I tell mommy this is what I want, mommy will take me to the market and get it for me. So if it's not there, they must understand the need to wait. It's so simple.
Simple.
And waiting means that you are not going to have it. Definitely the day is going to come that you will get what you are asking for. Anything else that you bring home, except that I know the source, I will either throw it away or we will return it to where it comes from. Other than that, then if you want to live your own life, we won't give up on you. But everything possible that we have to do to make sure that you are well raised, we'll do that. Because why? When you are destroyed today, it is for our, what? A bad life tomorrow. So we have to make sure life goes better for you.
Mama Faith, I overheard a young lady once on radio, and she made a statement, and supposedly the father or the parents were not responsible, like they didn't take care of her, and therefore whichever lifestyle she has taken, they cannot question her. Now that brings me to this point: whether your parents take care of you or they do not take care of you, does it warrant or does it give you that impetus, that kind of right to live your life anyhow?
No, I don't think it gives that right. Sometimes the area we are born or where we give birth to our children also influence. There are some areas, every child is wayward. I don't want to mention some places so that it will look as if. So the child is growing, she's 16, she thinks she's on her own. So the parents could be sleeping, she's outside there doing her own thing. She caters for herself, nobody caters for them. We have those societies. Then we have other ones too where the parents have time for their children. Why will you say your parents are not buying those things for you, so you want to live your life anyhow? If there's a problem, where do you go to? You go to your parents. So your parents may not have it. But I don't think that any parent will just sit down, watch her children go wayward and she's happy. Of course, there are a few of them, they will say, oh, all your friends are going and they are bringing things to the home. You to bring it. They are bad parents too. But I think you, the child, or you, that lady, you have a responsibility to yourself. If you are a Christian, you go to church every Sunday and you are being taught. Is that what you are being taught at church? Or you are just living loosely? If you are living loosely, then you also know that every action you do, there's something, there are repercussions. That's right. You either get a good result or you are going to get a bad one. From TVs that we watch people who live anyhow, how it ends. I don't think we just sit down, watch the movies we watch for anything. Because all those soap operas we've been watching that we are glued to and all those things we are learning from, we see the good. Those who live good life, at the end, the films will project that they end well. And those who live loosely also end bad. So if you watch those things, why would you say my parents are not taking good care of me, so I want to live anyhow? You want to sleep with any man? When you know there's AIDS, when you know that there are a lot of things, that when you know that somebody can even go and kill you for sakawa and all that. Like Pastor was saying, these days, The young ladies themselves send themselves to you. Are you calling me? The moment you are sitting in four-wheel, then you are there. They just don't care. They will bring themselves. What are our values? Ghana, we were not like that. That wasn't our value. We watch these things from films and all that, and it is bad. We could look at the foreign culture. Let's pick the good ones and let the bad go. There are good things. The internet is bringing us good. We are being civilized good. But we should pick the good ones and let the bad ones live with them. They have lived those things and it's not helping them. They say my family, the nuclear family, and it's not helping them because sometimes some people get up, they can't even talk to anybody. So they are sad. So we shouldn't pick the bad ones. The good we should pick. We live in good neighborliness, love for each other, respect. Well, respect that. Yes, when you are grown up, if you think things are hard and you want to settle, then marry and settle down. That is it. But you don't just live anyhow. No, you don't.
You don't just.
You don't. That is not our culture. That is not how we are brought up.
The program still continues, and it is the weekend review show with me, Johnny called Dollarich. And as I said earlier, we have our WhatsApp line up screen and our Facebook page, Weekend Review with Dollar. Just get connected with us. And now, there's something also for said that, let me emphasize it here, that if you're a young lady out there, or even if you're a young man out there, and somebody wants to offer you a help, please draw the person to your parents. Don't do it outside the home. If a man wants to have a relationship with you, and he wants to do it outside the home, he's a bad man. Take it from me. If a man tells you he loves you, he cares about you, and he's sharing all the good things on you, and he still wants to do it outside the home, take it from me. He's a bad man. He's wicked. He will not take you anywhere. Draw him to your parent. Draw him to your family. Let him be known. Don't do it on your own out there. It's a risky venture. You are going to lose at the end of the day. And the worst part of it, if somebody's husband, if a man is married and he wants to be there for you, let the family be involved. Don't go and think that you can do. Look, it is a dangerous terrain. Don't go there. Let the family be involved. Let your parents be involved. Let the man's parents, the family also be involved. There you have your security. Otherwise, you are heading to danger. But on this show, we say we are bringing a family together, reshaping society for tomorrow's generations. We are praying that God's grace will take us through, from grace to grace, that our children and our children's children will have better days. And also for a word of advice, especially to the young ladies out there.
Yes. What I want to say to every young lady out there is this. One, you must know that you are valuable.
Value.
Know yourself. God, the Bible said, He wonderfully and faithfully made you. Two, don't think that you need a guy before you can make it in life.
Survive in life.
It is the Lord. He says it's the Lord that maketh a man rich and has no sorrows to it. It is only when God blesses you that you are blessed. Whatever it is that a guy will give you, sometimes they are just going to be with you for just a while, and you lose it, and at times you lose your life as well. Three, appreciate the homes that you are from. Trust in your parents. Listen to the advices. Follow the instructions given to you. And be disciplined. When you are disciplined, you don't do anything out there because you've seen others doing it. And the lifestyle that you have taken from the house, try to emulate it. Bring it out there. Let people know that you are from a good home. I want to see you and see the kind of lifestyle your parents have lived. Because I will see you behaving in a way that will tell me that, oh, your mom was a good woman, or she is, or your dad is a very good person. And so, when you are to do some of these things, I'm telling you, you will have a fruitful life.
You have a fruitful life. Mama Faith, a word of advice.
Yes, what I want to say to the young ladies, we are there to serve our nation, serve womankind. We don't just come to this world and pass through. God has a purpose why he brought you there. The question you ask yourself, what I'm doing, is it in line with what God wants me to do? Growing up, they will tell us that a good name is better than riches. And it is true. If you have a good name, that name will send you to places. If you have a bad name, it can't send you anywhere. If you are going through hardship, are you the only one who has gone through hardship? No. A lot of people have gone through. Usually people who are successful, I think we owe it a duty to tell the young ones how we made it.
That's right.
Usually we don't tell them that we also went through that before we are there. So they see you colorful, driving a big car, and they want to be there. But you have also gone through it. Some of us, or whatever, some people had to do other things, help parents sell, do other jobs to get money to get to where you are. Why don't we impart that to other children and other people? So that it shouldn't be that we want the shortcut, that you should sleep with the man. If you are not working, you are a young lady, you are attending school, you can take some few things, sell. Go for bags and sell, go for shoes and sell. You can do something with your hand, something meaningful, so that you can get the money. Your parents may not have it, so you can work yourself and get the money to school. You don't need to sleep with the man. That one is short term. You are using shortcut to solve. If you use shortcuts on the computer, you say that it gives you trouble. So don't use shortcuts. Let us go through the mill. The difficulties you are going through is building you for the future. It is toughening you and making you who you are. If you pass through it, it's for a season. It is not forever. It is 5 years, it is 6 years, it is 10 years. After that, you surely will be settled. Your God will not let you go through that struggles for nothing. He surely will settle you. He will settle you.
He will settle you.
He will settle you.
Reverend Samuel Akwa, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And Noah Faith, it has been always awesome having you on this set.
My pleasure.
And I will say here that I'll be the last person to preach self-righteousness. But hear me out. If you're a young lady out there, you're in your 20s, going up, and you are allowing every man to pass through your gates illegally, you have a long way to go. Trust me. And if you're a young man, you are in your 25, 28, thereabout, and you are not thinking marriage, settling down, and you feel that every young girl out there you can have for a bite, please, you are heading towards wreck. We'll see you same time next week. But please remember, God is still on his throne, and whatever we do, he can see it. I love you. God bless you.
There is power in the name of Jesus.
This is a moment to join hundreds of families praying to make their relationships, marriages, and homes better through divine grace. Join Weekend Review with Dollarich on GTV Live in redeeming the family glory under an atmosphere of worship and prayer. GTV Live, your religion and culture channel, invites you to come intercede, rebuild, and to restore the family glory. The venue is Empowerment Center, Assemblies of God, Taifa, Burkina, with Reverend Stephen Doku. Date, Sunday, 2nd October 2016. Time, 8:30 a.m. sharp. Theme, Total Trust in God. Precious one, Evangelist Johnny called Dollarich of Weekend Review Show on GTV Live believes you can redeem the family glory through prayer.
When I think upon your goodness and your faithfulness each day, I'm convinced it's not because I am worthy to receive the kind of love that you give, but I'm grateful for your mercy. And I'm grateful for your